Tailed Beast Mode is generally a mode that is obviously reserved for those who are the Jinchuriki of Tailed Beasts. However, this isn't always true, as anyone who gets a hold of Tailed Beast Chakra naturally obtains these modes to varying degrees. But what is this mode really? That's what we hope to find out. Welcome to the Amagi. Before we begin, we publish a new video every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. The Amagi's reach stretches beyond just this channel, so if you're a fan of us, please consider subscribing to our other channels and following us on all of our social media. Help us reach our goal of passing 100,000 followers on all of our accounts by the end of the year. Jinchuriki forms come in various shapes and sizes and differing levels of power. As the Jinchuriki grows in control, or in some cases loses it, they manifest the power of their tailed beast, which inches them closer to the power of said tailed beast. And if both Jinchuriki and tailed beast work together, they can become far stronger than either could alone. Naruto was one of these cases. After finally befriending Kurama, he grew to a point where melding their chakras together created a tailed beast mode unlike any other. Killer Bee and Gyuki are another notable pair. Generally, tailed beasts don't like humans, so befriending one is truly a feat, and a testament to who you are as a person. Besides that, each tailed beast may offer special abilities, techniques, jutsu, and nature transformations that others don't, or that the Jinchuriki normally can't do on their own. The first form a Jinchuriki will likely attain is the initial Jinchuriki mode. This isn't much more than just a shift in eye shape and a gaining of red chakra around the user's body. Such forms were used by the likes of Naruto. Naruto used it first when fighting against Haku, and later against Orochimaru and then Sasuke. Sora used it as well without being a Jinchuriki. However, the explanation during this arc is that the Nine Tails left behind residual chakra after its attack, and that Sora's father had collected it and then sealed it into Sora. Given the concepts of how tailed beasts work, and how they're generally made of chakra, it makes sense that you could become a pseudo-Jinchuriki in this fashion. It's even shown to a point that if you cleave a tailed beast chakra in two, instead of merely dying, you just get two tailed beasts, such as was the case with Yin and Yang Kurama, and a similar concept to how Naruto possessed some of the chakra of all the tailed beasts and thus could talk to them. This ability allows Jinchuriki extra strength, speed, and even an enhanced healing factor, which allows them to survive injuries which may be considered fatal. So long as the tailed beast chakra can reach the area and isn't cut off in the way that Kabuto had when he nearly killed Naruto, the injury can heal. In the cases of Naruto, definable characteristics are fox-like eye slits, red irises, thickened lines on the sides of his face which represent whiskers, and lengthened canine teeth to represent fangs. It is possible for this state to be entered without any chakra output, as was the case with Menma Uzumaki from the movie Road to Ninja. It's also possible that such form could be entered by the likes of Kinkaku and Ginkaku, due to them also possessing tailed beast chakra from eating through Kurama's stomach lining after failing to capture it. This form also should be possible by the allied shinobi forces, each of which got a portion of Naruto and Kurama's chakra. After this is the version 1 form, which Jiraiya called Naruto's Demon Fox Cloak. In this form, the user's energy becomes a lot thicker, almost becoming liquid in appearance. It possesses bubbles that boil about the energy and generally forms the cloak into the shape of the tailed beast within. For Naruto, he formed chakra paws, a set of fox ears made from the chakra, and even a chakra tail. For Killer Bee, he developed chakra horns similar to his tailed beasts. This mode was usable by Kinkaku and Ginkaku, and was also the form used by the allied shinobi forces during the 4th Shinobi World War. It offers further enhanced strength and can develop more tails the more energy that's being drawn from it. This energy surrounds the user and gives off a heat which can cause discomfort and even burn those who touch it. It can also harm the Jinchuriki if it's used recklessly, without the aid of the tailed beast inside of them. It can offer a sort of physical buffer which shields the user from physical attacks, and also possesses the ability to shield the user from even the eternal black flames of Amaterasu. Sora displayed this mode as well. The version 2 cloak is a direct upgrade to the previous cloak. This form is different from the version 1 cloak as the chakra around the user gets far more dense and closer to the body. What had once been slight changes in shapes to chakra become more defined, allowing the formation of ears, shells, and other things. Unlike the previous form, the number of tails that appear seem to have no definable difference in battle, and most Jinchuriki tend to only ever use as many tails as their beast has, with only Naruto and the Gold and Silver brothers displaying different tails. Naruto often displayed a 4-tailed, 5-tailed, 6, and even 7-tailed mode. The Gold and Silver brothers displayed 9 full tails, with one longer than the other. This form also has the ability to form bones around the body out of chakra and connect them with chakra tendons. This form, when used without the cooperation of the Tailed Beast, can offer incredible burns, which can cover the Jinchuriki's body. Naruto displayed this. He also lost control when using it against Orochimaru, which not only hurt himself, but Sakura as well. He first unlocked it under the guidance of Jiraiya, who he injured while losing control. He also used it in the movie Bonds against the Zero Tails. As said before, the form can be hard on the body, creating incredible burns all over the Jinchuriki's body. Naruto's version 2 cloak is actually stained with his own blood. This form is hazardous to Naruto's overall lifespan as well, as constant use of it destroys his cells, which Kurama then has to replace by offering chakra to the healing factor. The constant creation and destruction of cells, which can only respawn a generalized set number of times, quickly lowers Naruto's lifespan, very similarly to Baryon Mode and the creation rebirth technique. This form allows quite a bit of the Tailed Beast power without actually turning into a Tailed Beast. Jinchuriki also have partial transformation abilities. With this ability, the Jinchuriki displays the physical characteristics of their respective beast without completely transforming into it. The use of these forms can be on a small scale or large scale. Sora was a Jinchuriki who had a scaled claw, which was known to cause pain when using Tailed Beast Chakra, but also gave him a badass look that resembled Nero with his Devil Bringer. Gaara could also make use of this, such as he did during the Konoha Crush arc. B also makes use of it commonly, generally displaying a set of tentacles from behind his back. Each of the Jinchuriki revived to become Obito's own 6 paths could form a tail from their respective beast. Naruto displayed a Tailed Beast partial transformation at one point in time himself, but this was on a far larger scale, and was considered to be nothing more than Kurama without fur or skin. Naruto used this to escape Pain's Chibaku Tensei. It's almost like using a Tailed Beast, but not allowing it to take over. Kurama tempted Naruto to further remove the seal during this battle, but Minato's spirit intervened and reconstructed the seal, in which Naruto promptly fell out of this partial transformation. The most powerful form that a Jinchuriki can generally take is that of the actual Tailed Beast. This generally can only be achieved by bringing the beast completely under control, or befriending it to a point that it chooses to live symbiotically with its user. With this form, the user can create a full-scale replica of their Tailed Beast, which can move autonomously from its user in some cases. The most famous versions of this ability would be Killer Bee and Gyuki, as well as Naruto and Kurama. But most Jinchuriki can achieve this with the right circumstances, or if they completely lose control or remove the seal. However, this will result in the Jinchuriki's death if the Tailed Beast does not choose to remain under their Jinchuriki. This mode is incredibly powerful and could destroy an entire ninja village if left unchecked. This is one particular reason why Killer Bee was forbidden to use the form except for extraordinary circumstances. This form also comes with the ability to use the Tailed Beast Ball. Ironically, Rasengan was created by the 4th Hokage after witnessing a Tailed Beast Ball. Naruto later managed to actually form a Tailed Beast Ball Rasengan when in one of his Jinchuriki modes, which is pretty awesome to see both concepts connect. Naruto in canon has never been able to make a physical form of Kurama aside from the one made of golden chakra, as well as the adorable one that was a reference to the prototype manga that served as a predecessor to what we currently know. However, in non-canon material, he was shown with the ability to do so, such as in the movie Road to Ninja, where Naruto uses Kurama's Tailed Beast mode to battle against Menma Uzumaki and his Kurama Black. Both Naruto and Gaara's Tailed Beast modes are unique, as Gaara's seems to be compiled completely out of sand, though sand is Shukaku's specialty, so it could be an extra ability of Shukaku. Naruto, on the other hand, uses an avatar as said earlier. His version of this is known as Ninetales Chakra mode. The Ninetales Chakra mode is completely unique to the Ninetales Jinchuriki and has not been displayed outside of it. It, so far, was only displayed by Naruto and his father Minato. Ever since Minato lost his Tailed Beast to Naruto, Naruto becomes the only current practitioner. Well, was current until Kurama died. As such, this mode is probably extinct. However, it was considered similar in function to Asura's 6 Paths Kunitsukami. This form can also be utilized in a smaller form, which generally requires Naruto to take some energy from Kurama while shelving his own, which could possibly result in his own death if Kurama takes too much of it. Beyond this, Naruto can further increase this form's power. When finally learning Kurama's name and befriending him, Naruto enters an upgraded version of this form known as Kurama mode. On top of that, Naruto can add Sage Mode, which offers a mixture of toad and fox eyes, coming together to form a plus symbol, which is actually something I found pretty cool, considering that Naruto's best technique is his Shadow Clone Jutsu, which is created by bringing one's fingers together to form a plus sign. Most jutsu use the more conventional hand signs representing an animal of the Chinese zodiac. However, Shadow Clone Jutsu only uses a plus sign, which I thought was pretty Naruto. In his Tailed Beast mode, when Naruto uses Sage Mode, Kurama also gets circles around his eyes. Naruto can further supplement this mode with 6-path Sage energy, which allows him to power up even further. I mean, seriously, this is why Naruto is broken in his series. Dude legit uses this power to casually tank an attack which splits the moon in two. Besides that, when using 6-path Senjutsu, he also gains access to truth-seeking balls, and when using Kurama, can form a 3-faced, 6-armed Kurama, which appears like an Asura, the likes of which Naruto's ancestor Asura Otsutsuki used. This form of Kurama allows Naruto to use the technique's 6 paths Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken, which is strong enough to match Sasuke's greatest attack. Kurama Chakra mode can further ascend into Baryon mode, which fuses both Naruto and Kurama's chakra and turns it into the base material for a new type of energy. It's called Baryon mode, and the concept of how it works is almost exactly like the type of fusion used in the sun, which produces subatomic particles that consist of 3 quarks. For real, in this form, Naruto becomes a walking nuclear weapon. Technically calling him a nuclear weapon would be a bit of an underselling of this power, given that his form is likely more akin to an actual star in power. I mean, if in the last movie he was easily a moonbuster and he's been growing since, this could be a star level technique, although I won't get into the scaling here. You probably don't want that. Unless you do, and if you do, tell us in the comments. But back to Baryon mode, its power is far more dangerous to use as it shortens one's lifespan. It also shortens the lifespan of anyone who touches it due to chakra being relative to all beings. But just to give you an idea of how fast it shortens lifespan, Ishiki was only exposed to it for a little while and his 3 days dropped down to minutes. While Naruto managed to survive, Kurama wasn't so lucky and died from it. Whether he'll come back or not, I do not know. So long as even a smidge of his chakra exists in this world, then Kurama could, in theory, regenerate. But if every ounce of it was consumed, then he's dead. Another form used by Jinchuriki would be the 10 Tails Jinchuriki form. This form is specifically locked to those who possess the 10 Tails husk, as well as all other tailed beasts. Zero Tails doesn't count because he isn't even technically a tailed beast, he's just called one. Sorry, Zero Tails. This ability awakens 6-path Sage mode, as all tailed beasts together form the same energy as the Sage of 6 paths. This form causes the user, even if they are human, to take on the same appearance as an Otsutsuki. There are 2 variations displayed by Obito, one where he was in complete control and one where he wasn't. When he wasn't, he was described as incredibly powerful but unfocused. However, when mastered, the form offered incredible powers that were devastating to the allied shinobi forces. When Madara absorbed it, only Might Guy's 8th Gate of Death was capable of touching Madara, with the 8th Gate being considered to be tens to hundreds of times stronger than all 5 Kage combined. They generally show a Rinnegan-style pattern on the back and various Magatama across the white vesture. The form also granted its user truth-seeking balls, each one strong enough to eradicate an entire forest as well as a Shakujo. Beyond this, the Jinchuriki could also use a form of Tailed Beast mode, in which they formed a massive tree that would serve as an extension to the user with which they could attack and absorb chakra. Another form that was hinted at, which might be the true form of the 10 Tails, would be the shape of a rabbit. This was shown by Kaguya Otsutsuki when she was losing control of the tailed beast sealed within her. Tailed beasts are considered forces of nature, and as such, they're considered to be made of sage energy. After all, they were formed of the 10 Tails energy, which was absorbing all of the natural energy of the planet to form chakra. This also means that it's only natural that all of these tailed beasts together would form 6-path Sage mode, which Hagoromo pioneered. All that being said, I actually prefer Sage mode. But what about you? What do you think? Which tailed beast is your favorite, and which would you want if you were a Jinchuriki? We would love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that bell to be notified when a new video drops. Peace.